boys and girls in 4th grade. Let's go over this week's problems of the day today on Win Friday. So let's start with the first problem that we did on 518. The question says, while doing his math homework, Ned made a mistake in one of the problems. He was supposed to divide by 4, but instead he multiplied by 8. The answer he got was 1024. The correct answer to the problem was blank. So we don't know what mystery number he started with, but he multiplied by 8, and his answer was 1024. To figure out what the mystery number was that he started with, I'm going to divide by 8. Dividing is the opposite of multiplication. So 1024 divided by 8, I like to do it this way. 8 goes into 10 one time. 10 minus 8 is 2, and I bring down my 2. 8 goes into 22 2 times. 8 times 2 is 16, and now I subtract again. 2 minus 6 I can't do. Cross out the 2, make it a 1. 12 minus 6 is 6. 1 minus 1 is 0. I still have one more number, so I'm going to bring down my 4. 8 goes into 64 8 times. 8 times 8 is 64, and I subtract and get a 0. So I know that I have completed my division. So the mystery number that Ned started with is 128. And then if I go back and reread the problem, he was supposed to divide by 4, but instead he multiplied by 8. 128 times 8 is where he got 1024. So now it says he's supposed to divide this number by 4. So 128 divided by 4. 4 goes into 1, it doesn't. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12. And when I subtract, I get a 0. But I can't stop the way that I stopped here when I got a 0. When I stopped here, I knew I used all the digits, and I got a 0. In this case, I didn't use all the digits, so I have to still bring down my 8. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8, and now I get another 0. This 0, and I've used all my digits, tells me I'm done dividing. So the final answer on 518 was 32. Let's do the next problem. On 519, the question says, find two numbers that multiply to 100 and add to 25. I'm going to start by thinking of the multiples of 100. So I have 1 times 100. I have 2 and 50. Actually, I lied. I said multiples. That's not the correct term. Two numbers that multiply to make 100, which would be called factors. Factors of number. So 1 times 100, 2 times 50. 100 is not divisible by 3. So then I'm going to go to 4. 4 times 25. 5 times 20. Oh, I found it because I found the numbers that I'm looking for, then I won't keep going. But 5 plus 20 equals 25, and 5 times 20 equals 100. So the two numbers I would have answered with on 519 are 5 and 20. Let's do the next problem. I hope the next problem wasn't too overwhelming for you, even though the numbers are kind of long. So on 520, it says, which of the following problems would have a larger answer if 690 was used in place of 680? So here are my options. 1008 divided by 680. And if I like to rewrite that with the division symbol that looks like a house, I would go like this. 1008 divided by 680. Now, whatever number that ends up being, if I divide it by a larger number, the answer is going to be smaller, not larger. So in that case, it is not going to be letter A. I'm also going to look at the last one just because I know with a subtraction problem, I could do that easily. 1008 minus 680, or 1008 minus 690. So I can actually do this one out just to double check it. 8 minus 0 is 8. 0 minus 8, I'm going to have to go all the way over to the 1 and borrow. That becomes a 0. This becomes a 10, then a 9, and this becomes a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 6 is 3. I'm going to do the same thing here. 8 minus 0 is 8. Borrow from the 1. 10 minus 9 is 1, 9 minus 6 is 3. So again, I end up with a smaller answer, not a larger answer, which means the correct answer for 520 is B. Now with that one, it's interesting because if you do 680 divided by 1008, you're going to end up with a number that's a decimal because the number inside is smaller than the number outside. But you could do that on a calculator just to double check. 690 divided by 1008 is going to be a larger answer than 680. Okay, and we have one more problem for this week. Number 4, it says Mario's average on his first 5 spelling tests was 78. His average on his next 2 spelling tests was 99. His average on all 7 spelling tests is blank. So here's what we know. To find an average is going to be the sum of all the things you're adding up divided by the number of items that you added up. Okay, so in this case, if Mario's average on his first 5 spelling tests was 78, that means the teacher added up all 5 of those tests and divided by 5. We don't know what he got on each test, but we can determine the sum of the items that were added together, the sum of all of those scores, by multiplying 78 times 5. So I'm going to do that over here. 78 times 5. So 5 times 8 is 40. Put down my 0, carry my 4. 5 times 7 is 35. Plus 4 would be 39. So he had 390 points on the first 5 tests. And when divided, that's how he got his first score, 78. On the next 2 spelling tests, he got a 99. So again, we don't know what the sum is, but whatever it was divided by 2 is what gave him a 99. So to find that missing sum, I'm going to do 99 times 2. 2 times 9 is 18. Put down my 8, carry my 1. 2 times 9 is 18 again, plus 1 is 19. So the sum of those 2 tests was 198. So maybe he got like 100 on one test and a 98 on the other, okay? So now if I need to find out the average of all 7 spelling tests, I'm going to add the sums of all those tests together. And again, it doesn't matter what each score on each test was, because again, we're going for the overall average. So I'm going to do 390 plus 198. 0 plus 8 is 8. 9 plus 9 is 18. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. On all 7 tests, he got 588. So now to find that average, I'm going to divide by 7. 7 doesn't go into 5, so I'm going to jump over to look at both digits together. 7 goes into 58 8 times. 7 times 8 is 56, and I subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. 5 minus 5 is 0. Now I'm going to bring down my 8. 7 goes into 28 4 times evenly. 7 times 4 is 28, and I get a 0. I used up all my digits, and I get a 0, so I know I'm done dividing. My final answer on the 21st is 84, with his average of all 7 spelling tests. Comment on this video with the word broccoli for a bonus point. Thanks for watching this week's video. See you next time.